It's been a while, hasn't it? Let's be honest. Um, as I mentioned in the community post, which strangely is now just called post, um, we're back. We're back. And I'll give a proper tour of the new house in a future video, but this is, yes, I know, unsightly, but it's kind of there, but kind of not. Um, my only defense really is I need storage on the walls, like shelves and other things. So probably 80% of what you see isn't actually rubbish on the floor. It's music related, and it needs to be like. Anyway, get this. My new piano. My new Dig piano. Of course, it's gonna be a Yamaha. Okay, only because I grew up with a Yamaha, and it was my first piano that I ever learned on, and I quite like a Yamaha. That's not to knock other, you know, but we've all got a first love, haven't we? Okay, so what's been happening? Last time we checked in with each other, I was at the Airbnb. Okay, a lovely cottage in the countryside, and then we had to make other arrangements. Foolishly, we did not do any reviews, the checks to see whether this hotel one, okay, was up to par. It was not. I mean, I mean, the fact that we only stayed there 24 hours, you know, is enough to kind of, it was horrendous. It was the worst hotel, and I've not stayed in that many hotels, but only a handful, but this was, wow. Wow, it really was bad. So where where to start? Well, I couldn't sleep because of the loud drum and bass. And when I say loud, I mean if the hotel could have shook, it would have, you know. And I had to be up pretty early for work the following day. So I guess I only got about an hour and a half, which is which isn't that much, is it, really, when you're working the next day? So, and then the actual interior, it was like they spent all the good juice, the kind of money, downstairs, and didn't think about the actual rooms. Okay, so I mean, it was an Art Deco kind of bar lounge area. It looked amazing. Black and gold, very nice. And that's where the illusion ended. So you went up these quite wide staircase. Yeah, no lift. No lift, by the by. So if you were unsteady on your pins, or had a physical disability, maybe you were in a chair or needed a walker, I don't know what your options would be, quite frankly. So that was, the staff didn't, certainly didn't communicate with each other, you know, which was um quite concerning, really. So the room was, well, it had mold, which is never good for the old health, is quite frankly. You know, you want to stay away from the old mold. Damp. It had this tiny. I mean, I know showers tend to be not that big for the basic showers I'm talking about, not like double, triple shower size, but you know, so you felt as though you couldn't like move. So, honest to God, I'm not making this stuff up. You know, so I thought, well, you know, it's only for 9 days before we get this place. Fingers crossed, she moves out, and you know, boom, I can hack it. I could not hack it. Seriously, seriously. And you got cold. When I say cold, I'm talking about freezing water. Okay, from this cubicle where you couldn't like, you know, you could barely move move your arms. So you had a bit of lukewarm water when you like switch the thing on. You had a bit of like, but literally 5 minutes, quickest shower I'd ever had. You know, and then it was cold, freezing cold. And it just genuinely, it just wasn't a good hotel. You know, um, quite, and it wasn't even in, you know, what they were charging, certainly, and what you were getting, yeah, it was, and that was £300 for 9 nights, which, yeah, we could have complained. Possibly we could have got half our money back, or at least a gesture of goodwill, because we only stayed there less than 24 hours. But do you know what? I just, I, I didn't want to go back, you know. So we rebooked, or not rebooked, but booked into possibly the oldest, most historic hotel we have here. And it was just, nicer. It was what I class as, you know, and there wasn't that much price difference. It ended up costing like, I don't know, £20 more. But what you got, and my mental health was like, and yeah, it was well worth the switch. So yeah, I lost 300, but I think I know that I was in a better position mentally. You know what I mean? So that was that, and then 9 days were wrapping up, um, and financially, I had abused the credit card. Okay, because Airbnb, the hotel from hell, the hotel from heaven, okay, all went on the, you know, because it fell on, you know, middle to late area of the month where, you know, I hadn't got that much. It's a tied out story. We've all been there, you know, the mid to late month. Um, so I was really worried that here I am in this lovely hotel, can't really justify even another night, really, in this magnificent hotel. And I was just praying that the woman, the nightmare tenant that they've been trying to get rid of for years and years, and they've had to drag it through the court, they've had to do all the legal stuff that it takes to legally get someone to vacate. And I mean, if there's a goth god that was watching down on me, he really did watch down on me, because it was the 9th day I heard, yep, she's out, you can move in the following day. This was on a Saturday, I think, and I was at work, and the sense of pressure and anxiety that you carry around with you, because that's just like the summary. We had to pay for what's it called? Storage. £200 a month. And we went into half of the next month, but we still had to pay it, because you can't just like, oh, I only need 14 days. You know, you if you're in that month, you're in that month. We got the deposit back, but you know, so yeah, and we had to pay for, like, I mean, this house is a lot smaller than the other one, which I'm not sorry for, because I'm quite I think hoarder is quite an unkind term, really, but everything that I've accumulated in my life has got a memory attached to it. So it's not just rubbish, it's not just like throw away. I got rid of an awful lot of my mum's stuff, which I was quite proud of. It's taken me like over 5 years to let it go. So that was a milestone for me, certainly. I've got rid of a lot of my gothic stuff. And when I say got rid of, I've not sold it. I've given it to charity. Because I don't want any reminders of it. So as soon as it's sold, it's out the door, kind of thing. So, um, and what I'm trying to do for me right now is lead a minimalist existence, because here's where my head's at. I'm thinking, right, if I'm if everything's smaller around me and I only cling on to things that are really important to me. And let's face it, the things that are really important to me, well, number one, it's music. I could not live without my music. And that's the kind of mindset I have to go into. What could I not live without? And so you know, that question works for some people, it doesn't, for others, but it tends to with me. um I mean, try as I might, I've tried to reduce. I mean, it's a good job that I'm not like this, one of these big, like, millionaire, well, not millionaire, but certainly really, really successful YouTubers with so much money that they don't know what to do with. I'd be in a mansion with so much haunted dolls over there, like a grand piano and its sister, baby grand in the next. I'd be awful. I really would. Um, let me um red. Oh crikey! I ain't got my gogs on. Red. Hi. Sorry, I haven't got my. Oh God, here we go. I haven't actually got my vanity. Um. So, this room isn't. Well, I think it's bigger that way, but the old studio, the old YouTube space at the other house, it was longer. Um, so we have ordered, when I say we, actually, I'm trying to make myself sound big. So much green screen to cover areas that the camera will pick up, and because I'm lazy and I can't be bothered like masking it out, and like I just want to cover it. Gone is the stall. Yeah, I know. What? Yeah, we got rid of the stalls. They were uncomfortable as you like. They really were. I mean, oh, girl, don't even. After filming, because what you see is a fraction of what it actually the filming process. I mean, I can talk. So a a typical filming session for Tenor Reacts will be probably over an hour. I don't know why I do it to myself, because I know why, while I'm filming, that's not going to be used, because the internet attention span is that, not of 1 hour. Oh, I think because I go through different like thought processes. You know, I'm listening to a bar of music and I'm like, oh, I've noticed that, I've noticed that, I've noticed that. And then I have to kind of open it up and then somehow get back to two, and then I make it harder for myself than it has to be, really. So what else, what else is happening? um yeah, so we've still got the main um kind of, I don't know how it covers the wall in this place, but the pole, the green screen pulley, that needs to be put up over there. As I say, we've ordered so much green screen. I think I spent about I don't know, 60 pounds on different sizes. It made sense in my head. It did make sense in my head. So yeah, that's on its way. It's great to. Oh. And we're not even plugged in, so I was gonna like. Da, 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 da. Oh God, the biggest. So the the house one was fitted. So you had the fitted kitchen, basically all white goods. So that was that was great. And when we moved, oh, we can't. Oh no, we can't. So on top of everything else, expense wise, um, I cleared the credit card. Okay, I paid it off, and I'm thinking it's a bittersweet financial pill to swallow, but it needed paying. Because I can't have bills hanging over my head, because I get it does my head in. And especially if I have money to pay that, and it's a circle of worry. I think that is a word, a circle of worry. So, and then, oh God, we had to pay for this dinky, dinky small cutie kind of well, not kind of, it is a fridge freezer, okay, washing machine, tumble dryer. And now a tumble dryer. See, we never had a tumble dryer in the old place, because we had a garden and we don't have a garden here. So the tumble dryer, it just looks so like, it looks like it's straight out of Ken and Barbie beach hut. Do they live in a hut? Beach villa type thing. It looks all. It doesn't look real somehow. But yeah. So, um, fridge freezer, washing machine, tumble dryer. Oh, we do have a built-in um cooker, with a hood thing. You know, you can tell how much time I spend in the kitchen. You know, so that's one less thing to worry about. And so the last thing we were waiting on, okay, oh, they're going, finally, okay, thank you, Jessica. Um, so the final thing we were waiting on, okay, was this. the internet, and we are very limited. Basically, you can only go with BT, okay, because of where we are and where the property is. There's only one shot in town, and that's that's BT. But I had no problem with BT. You know, um, you know, pretty much the internet service providers are very much of a much. You know, um, so we were supposed to get our internet on the 22nd of April. Okay, we're now in May. Yeah. And they kept coming. So, if it wasn't so tragic, it'd be hilarious. They kept coming out to us, and you know, not even knocking or ringing the bell or like, BT, yeah, it's Luke from BT, and explaining to us why the job could not be completed. So we were having to ring BT up, and then they passed us to OpenReach, and when you think, do you know what? I've been without internet so long that I could live without it. Well, that they sent us. Oh, it's ridiculous. I won't tell you the name of the company that BT have partnered up with, but oh, don't not even. I mean, it it was a hub of salt, mini hub of salt. So it essentially, what it was designed for was, while we fix your fiber, okay, we'll give you free access to the internet via Wi-Fi. Okay. Now on paper you're thinking, oh, okay, that is brilliant. I can watch a limited amount of stuff on the TV, catch up with some of my chums, my friends over in the reaction community that probably think I'm dead, because they've texted me, and I'm awful. I don't mean to be, but and you guys probably watch them, okay? And I just like swipe it. Yep, I'm doing something at the moment, but I must and I just forget about it. So they ping again, and I might be in the other room, or I might even be at work. Okay, you can't have mobile phones on the shop floor at work. Security. So I don't mean to be. Don't mean to be. So they probably think he's just like died of dust. Tenor Reacts was good while it lasted, but now, because no one can get hold of me, and then I pop up, and then yeah. So this Wi-Fi, mini Wi-Fi, kept in and out, in and out, in and out. So you probably would get a good 2 hours worth of watch time, and then it would drop out. Oh dear me! So you have to restart this little hub. And then apparently you've got to keep it near the window, as close to the window as you could possibly get it. And and so I don't want it to come across, oh, you're ungrateful, goth. You're like, you know, they didn't have to give you it. No, no, it kind of was better in the night than in the daytime. I suppose because of how much people were using the network. So, but no, I'm not being an ungrateful goth. It really did get us out of a pickle. Um, so the thing with BT is BT and OpenReach don't communicate with each other, I have found. So I found myself talking to the same, or repeating the same story to two different departments. And in the end, I got a little bit goth mad. I said that this is just not good enough, is it? Really, you know. Um, I am aware of your CEO. I will be making contacts. And it wasn't a threat, it wasn't, but I just reached the end of my tether because first they were going to bring out a cherry picker. I mean, I don't know about you, but I hear the word cherry picker and immediately I'm thinking of Wicked, Elphaba, you know. So, and then they were talking about, oh, we might not need a cherry picker, we might just be able to get away with scaffolding, you know. Um, and again, me being me, gothic, macabre me, I'm thinking of the Tudor courtiers that lost their life due to the scaffolding. So my mind kind of wanders. And that was the last conversation. And I said to Jay, I said, this isn't, you know, we've been here so many times before, you know, if it happens, great. If it don't, you know, maybe over the rainbow. um, so, and it did last week. Was it last week? Yeah, it had to. Yeah, it was last week. And oh my God, I have been binging. Before I get to create for you guys and for me, because I've missed that like a lot, a lot. Um, I've just been catching up with the reaction community, checking in with my friends, you know, and I mean, you just say to yourself as a creator, oh, how much content can I have missed on my friends' channels? Oh my God. It's like, it's enough to, especially if they're like me and quite regular, like every other day, and you have that in a 3 month block, it'll keep you going. So, did that, and we are just about ready to get back to Tenor Reacts, you know. Um, I have really, really missed the interaction with you guys. You know, on a touching base, you know, because it's such a regular part of my daily life. You know, I film and then the next day I edit, and then you get to see it. Uh, um, and you know, taking that out without replacing it with something else, is it's a weird one. So, thank you so much. If you've recently subscribed, I did briefly have a look under the YouTube bonnet. And I'm always grateful for new fans. I'm grateful, whether you subscribe, you don't subscribe, you watch me, you watch a little of me. I'm just grateful, because I'm another face on YouTube. I hope, you know, I hope that you get something out of my videos, but I never really expect subscribers, you know, because I think, as I said to you on another video, if it was all about the money or about the numbers, or, I don't think I would be having as much fun as I am. And that's a very important lesson that I've certainly had to learn, very early on. you, you know so I'm always grateful for you guys that either follow me on socials, over here. It does mean a lot to me, you know so onwards, upwards, sorry, I just got a text from one of my this is a conspiracy. No, from one of my, like, reaction buddies. Probably says, sorry I couldn't attend the funeral. No, 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 no. No, I will. I will. Well, they're probably already aware that I'm back on, if they've been to my YouTube. So yeah, I've got my contact. When is Tenor Reacts returning? Oh, Becky, thank you. If you think I'm not, like, paying attention, it's really hard without my spectacles. I missed your music reaction and you. Thank you, Jessica. And Jessica, again, I love your reaction videos. Thank you. Actually, so do I. Not in an egotistical ew kind of way, but I love doing them because you enjoy watching them. It's a weird one. I think if you guys weren't on board with my personality and alternative way that I look and dress, and it's a weird one, isn't it? Really. So yes, I'm looking to return to the tubes probably. See, if I say a date and we're nowhere near that date, that's going to stress me. So we're nearly at the end of May. So if we say the first week in June, Okay, because that way that gives um the guys plenty of time coming in here to kind of, why am I doing that? Oh god, I've missed the internet so much. To cut and reshape and style this studio with green screen. um we've got, because the router, the little hubby, is downstairs, we've got to tack the cable all up. Cables don't do the snaky hypnotic snake. Is that it? I've gone into something else now. Yeah. But it will give you, now that I am back on the internet, it will give you holy hell, the legend is back. Oh, I love it. Oh, miss my long hair as well. Oh my god, that is. Can I have that on a t just for me? I don't need to wear it, but every time I'm feeling like deflated, as creators do get, you know, we need us. I don't think I've ever been called a legend. Have I? I should. If not for these nails. I am, guys that are just joining in the chat, and this because it wasn't scheduled. It was like, oh, maybe I just need to jump on camera and let the guys know the journey up to this point. If you want to watch this back, feel free. You know, because I have gone through several topics, and you know what I'm like. I'm like, pew, 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 you know, jumping on that as I remember. Oh, I mustn't forget that. So, but yes, I am. We're finally here. Or as Queen would, now I'm here. I think I need that on the light. Definitely a t-shirt I would wear. Does that exist? Like, I'm not even joking. Oh my god, girl, I would totally wear that. Now I'm here. I love that. It's one of my favourite Queen songs. What was that other one? Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy is another one. And during, because we've started the Grim Seekers back up again. So during journeying to you know, Grimsville, visiting these iconic, you know, cemeteries, this is going to sound cray. Like, obviously, I've always been aware of the song Fat Bottom Girls. And the next track that came on, it was like a playlist, so it's not official like Queen from an album, but Bicycle Race. I mean, I so need to do that as a reaction, because you're sitting there in the car. Who drives like that? Noddy. And you know, motorway driving is like boring, so you can afford to listen in, and oh, the harmonies, and my ear was like pinging, like could hear Freddie, but I could also hear like I think Roger Roger was really like uh, um selling it to me, and oh yes, yes, I need to do more Queen actually. Um, there's only one song I will not do, and if you know my connection with the AIDS movement, and my support for uh, people suffering still with AIDS and HIV, and Freddie and his last couple of years, you will know, and people don't believe it. People still, because they know what a Freddie and Queen fan I am, always have been, right from, I don't know, 13, 14 years old. I knew, yes, I have found my people. um, that they kind of question, yeah, but nah, I bet you have, like, listened to These Are the Days. I haven't. I'm kind of aware of the video. I What I could tell you about the video is probably my on my hand. You know, it's very upsetting for me. It's not the way that I choose to remember Freddie. Okay, and I know that makes about as much sense as a 4-year-old going into a room full of family with his hands over his eyes thinking he can't be seen. Not logical at all, but you know, what do you do? Um, if you're just wondering, I have got a pink chair, an actual pink armchair that's quite, maybe gothic's not the word, but very vintage. I'm really into my vintage at the moment. So you know, when I take you around the house as a house tour, you'll think, oh my god, have I just like been slam dunked back into 1950? I like the vintage. Okay, so I can tell you here and now that, oh my god, it turns itself off. Oh my god, how cute is that? I'm discovering things about this this piano all the time. It's got auto shut off. Oh my god, my other one didn't have that. Oh, okay. Um, so, what was I saying? Where was I going? So yeah, back in June, okay, I cannot wait for you guys to. I don't even know where I was going with that. I'm on autopilot and the tongue is like, I can't wait to be back with them. I can't wait to be back with you. Get a grip. I can't wait. I just can't wait. I suppose. No, it'll be good. I think, you know, certainly after. I mean, I certainly didn't expect to be on this hiatus this long. It wasn't through my choosing, but it's given me the great thing about spending certainly months and months away from YouTube. You come back like bigger than the what's it? Evie? No, it isn't Evie. Every ready bunny. You know the bunny that kind of the battery bunny that goes on and on and on. It's kind of like that. You just want to get back in, and you're so recharged, and you've got such a your creative juices are like, oh, there's so much new music, and like I don't want to listen to even a couple of bars because I want my first reaction to be as legit for you guys. So I'm gonna so do um you know my email for Tenor Reacts, just like just head off over there, because I have my own printer in the studio now, connected, AirPlay, I think it's called. Well, I can't understand what that means. It's Wi-Fi, isn't it? So and then I can just print them off, as they come in, and then right, I can put them right, okay, and then I can read them to camera, okay. Um, so I've got a lot of new ideas because I'm always thinking how to refresh and keep Tenor Reacts as interesting as possible. You know, I'm all about rebranding, with new ideas, and some work, some don't. You know, and those that don't are shelved. Maybe are brought back, maybe make a good YouTube short. Um, so I'm always thinking of fresh new ideas to not turn the channel around, because I think you know what you've signed up for, but certainly to give it a new angle, maybe. Okay. I will read this last comment, and then I will leave you alone. Alone. Right. So, oh my God, that's scary. My eyes. Or28 says, I thought about you the other day while buying tickets to go and see Simple Minds, Modern English and Soft Cell. Oh, oh my God. Yes. I love me some Soft Cell. I love his voice, actually. I'm going with my mum after buying the tickets. I told her about you and she is hooked. Hello, Mum! Good on you. Oh my God. Oh, see what happens when I try to be like, right, okay, now, can I? Yeah. Oh no! Oh, what's happened? Right, hang on. Oh, we're like, right. I think this would be a good place to stop because I can't be trusted with anything mechanical. And we're just talking about a simple tripod here. And I like twist things, trying to make the shot better, and I just ruin it. So, but thank you so much. I love that. I love it when you pass the tenor word, the good word on, and you get your parents involved, or your children, um, and I love that. I absolutely love that. So, um, I will see you in June. Okay. And thank you for watching this update. I can't take myself seriously because I want to no, I can't correct myself. I will see you guys in June. Thank you for sticking with the channel. Thank you for sticking with me. And oh dear, how do I do it? Oh, is it this one?